Hey there everyone, welcome back to my channel. Thank you all so much for taking the time to join me here today for another pick a card video. For those of you who are new to my channel, welcome in. My name is Melissa and today's topic that we are reading on is going to be how do you make them feel? So this is intended to be a love reading for any of you who are curious, but if you have another person in your mind or in your life that you're curious about how you're making them feel right now, you can still feel free to watch this video if you were drawn to do so. Just discard any of the romantic messages that may or may not come out. So I was really inspired to do this video because I feel like we do a lot of videos on this channel asking how they feel about you, the viewer. And I also think it's kind of important to get some insight into how you, the viewer, make this person feel that you're curious about. So if you want a little insight about maybe the impact you're having on this person, the effect that you're having on this person from a feelings perspective, or maybe even just what they think about you, based off the interactions the two of you have, then this is going to be a great video for you to watch. Please keep in mind as well, as I always say, my lovely disclaimers here. These are general in nature, so please take what resonates, leave behind anything that doesn't. If you do want to book a personal reading, all the details on how you can do that are in the description box down below, okay? So without further ado, let's go ahead and get into our card selection. We're working with 3 decks today. Starting here with deck number 1, this is going to be the Mermaid Tarot, and we have some honey calcite. Deck number 2, we have the Good Tarot, and this is some Prehnite. And then deck number 3, we have the Forest of Enchantment Tarot with some Tiger's Eye. So go ahead and take a deep breath. Think about your person. Ask how you make them feel. Go ahead and select the deck or the crystal you're feeling the most intuitively guided to. Please try to choose with your intuition versus your eyes. And when you're ready, click the timestamps down below to skip to your chosen reading. Hello there to my group number 1 viewers. If you all chose the Mermaid Tarot with this honey calcite, then welcome into your reading. So I am going to be shuffling this tarot deck on camera for you in just a moment so we can get some messages here, but I do want to start off with the Color Mage Oracle. This is just going to allow me to kind of get a little bit of insight into your person's feelings before we get into the details of the tarot. So let's go ahead and see from my pile 1 viewer, how do they make this person feel? How do they make the person feel that they are asking about? Oh, goodness, lots of stuck cards. So let's see, pile 1. How do you make this person feel? Ooh. Let's see. Okay, those want to come out. Let's get one more. Okay, perfect. Bottom deck energy, we have the Luna Moth. This talks about fertility, okay? So we have Lapis Lazuli, enhance self-respect, blue energy there. We have the Canyon, deep perspective, and then we have the Poison Ivy, deadly sins, interesting. So I do feel, pile number 1, that you make this person feel like they need to maybe do some self-reflection. I kind of am getting the impression here that there might have been something about you that really felt very tempting to this person, because we do have the Poison Ivy card here, which talks about the deadly sins. So there's something about this connection that felt either really tempting from a seductive perspective, or maybe even just I hate to say it, but the word just popped into my head, toxic, about this connection. Or if it's not that extreme, then there was something about the dynamics here that made your person feel like they need to go within and do better, okay? And this doesn't necessarily mean that you're toxic or they're toxic, or it could just be the dynamic here wasn't really serving this person in their highest good or serving you in their highest good. And I'm seeing this as a really positive thing, where it's this energy really made your person feel you know what, I need to work on myself right now. So something about this connection made this person feel like they need to go within and work on themselves. We have enhancing self-respect, deep perspective. I'm getting hermit vibes here. I'm almost wondering if you're a person like also likes to spend a lot of time out in nature to ground or something like that. But enhancing self-respect, like this is about your person moving with integrity, making sure that they're behaving in ways that are, you know, respectful to themselves. Like they're not falling into any like negative patterns or toxic patterns that they have. They're kind of like, I'm getting major self-reflection vibes here that you are making this person feel about themselves, or that you made this person feel about themselves. I'm also having like a hard time like getting my words out here. So I don't know if like you guys haven't been in communication, or if this person is having a hard time like maybe fully articulating this energy to you. But yeah, like something about this really made them realize that they needed to go within and do some self-work, some self-healing, that they were moving in ways that weren't really serving them in their highest good, possibly weren't even serving you in their highest good. You know, again, it doesn't mean that you are toxic, pile number one. I almost am getting the impression that like this person had some toxic ways about them, maybe some lustful energy about them for some. And when they were able to connect with you, it made them realize that they need to be doing better, okay? So let's go ahead and continue. Let's see, how do you make this person feel? Please, let's get some clarification here for my pile one viewers. How do they make their person feel? My pile one viewers. That Nine of Cups keeps showing itself. It's almost making me feel like you guys, like I think this person was really indulging in this connection quite a bit. I think that you made them feel like they had everything that they wanted and more. Deadly sins, like there was an overindulgence kind of energy here. So whether this had to do with like just overindulgence of love, overindulgence of like sexual energy, overindulgence of just like getting the benefit of having your time. Like this person really felt like they got everything they wanted emotionally from you. Or maybe they still do feel this way if you guys are connecting. I don't know why I keep reading this as if you guys are in separation, but it keeps showing itself to me. So I do feel like this Nine of Cups is of significance here. This is literally about wish fulfillment, group one. This is about getting everything that you wanted. So this person felt like they had everything that they needed to feel emotionally fulfilled and satisfied with this connection. But I do, with the Nine of Cups, just always have to caution that this, at times, can be very self-centered energy. And I'm almost getting the impression here that, like, this person, they felt like while they were getting all of their cups filled from you, I don't know if they really had the capacity to fill your cups back in return for some of them, because it just makes me feel with that deadly sins, like you kind of like, what am I trying to say? It's almost like this person couldn't fill up their own cups by themselves in a way. So they were almost like using your energy, maybe even unknowingly, to make themselves feel better. I don't know. Tell me if that makes sense. Let's get some more cards. How do my pile one viewers make this person feel? Okay, so we've got the Six of Pentacles in reverse. Yep, that's exactly what I mean. We have the Two of Wands. I love this deck. It's so cool. Let's see. We have the Lovers card in reverse. Yeah, I feel like that makes a lot of sense. Look, we have the Tower. You guys, this is powerful. With the Tower being at the bottom of the deck here, this is really talking about, like, you shook this person. Like, I think whenever they've connected with you in the past or in the present, it's like you really made them realize that the way that they've been behaving, the way that they've been going about love and relationships, or perhaps even just the way they've been going about this particular relationship isn't working, right? Like the Tower is about things being built on a faulty foundation, being built on a false foundation. And so over time, it starts to crumble and it starts to fall down. And so like you really shook this person up, and like, I almost say like you really triggered them in some way to like do this inner healing and this self-reflection, to be able to go within and rebuild something better, either for themselves or with you. So getting into the rest of your messages here, we have the Six of Pentacles, we have the Two of Wands, we have the Lovers. So I think you made this person feel like they owed you something in a sense, like, because the Six of Pentacles does talk about like generosity. It talks about equal exchanges of give and take. And I feel like, remember we had that Nine of Cups that kept coming up? I feel like this person might have been like taking from you and came to the realization that like they weren't really able to reciprocate in return. You know what I mean? This can also be like vice versa, but we're talking about how you make them feel. So there's this energy here of them feeling like they owe you something in return. There's this energy of them feeling like they took something from you, took energy from you, took too much from you, and now they owe you something in return. Like you made them realize that they have to reciprocate in this relationship or in relationships in general, okay? With the Two of Wands, I think that this is about this person feeling like they're exploring more, right? Like deep perspective here. This is a little bit about like, you know, Two of Wands is like that hesitation energy in a way where it's like, we know that we need to be making a change. We know that we need to do something different. We know that we want to explore something different, but we don't really know which direction that we're wanting to go yet. And so I think that's where this deep perspective, this hermit energy is coming in for them, where it's like, they realize from connecting with you that something has to change here, whether it's with this connection or just within themselves in general. And with the Lovers card in reverse, I do feel like this is speaking of, you know, them feeling like there was a lack of balance in this connection, them feeling like there was a lack of true reciprocation. The Lovers card really talks about like, am I mirroring that love vibration at the same level between me and this person, right? Or is there an imbalance? And I wonder if this person kind of realizes that they were coming at this connection from like an imbalanced perspective or a low vibrational perspective, because we do have the enhancing of self-respect here, right? So you guys really made this person feel like they needed to revisit their approach in relationships big time. Like majorly. I think this was probably a soulmate or is a soulmate connection. And I'm wondering if this person just is feeling right now like I don't think that they really know how to come forward and fix it. I think right now they're in this place of like needing to sort of go within and do some self-work. You know, the interesting thing too about this Lovers card that I kind of missed is typically in the Lovers card, we've got like two, a masculine and a feminine joining here. But in this Lovers card, it's this mermaid looking in the mirror. And she's imagining, or he's imagining themselves like in a different place, right? So I'm getting really the vibe here that you made this person feel like they needed to take a long, hard look in the mirror and decide like if the way that they're showing up in this connection is really the way that they are, is really the way that they want to be. I think there feels like with this person, like they want to do the right thing, but then like there's some healing that needs to be done here because they behave in ways that are kind of like maybe toxic. I hate using that word. It doesn't necessarily have to be that extreme, but they just may have some unhealthy relationship patterns that really came out when they were connecting with you, okay? So let's go ahead and see. I want to pull a couple more cards for you, my pile one viewer. How did you make this person feel? Oh, goodness. Okay, hold on. That's way too many. Let's keep going. How did pile one make this person feel? All right. Leap of faith. It's safe to make the move you're considering, okay? Interesting, because I was getting a lot of hesitation energy here. So let's see. How does pile one make this person feel? I do think that you make this person feel safe. Spiritual lesson. Look, that's like the major energy I was picking up on. There's a lot of chemistry in this connection. They felt that connection with you. We did have the Lovers card. So that is about having a spiritual connection with someone, a physical connection, a loving connection, right? But I think were in this person's life to teach them a spiritual lesson about love. Like, they needed to have this interaction with you. They needed to have this tower moment, this realization with you for them to be able to do better. So whether it's about like them taking a leap of faith and coming back to this connection, or whether you were just kind of placed into their life for them to have this realization about their own behavior in relationships so that they can heal and do better for the next person, it's one or the other. But the purpose of this connection it was spiritual for this person. You taught them something, okay? It's safe for you to make the move you're considering. So again, this person, you definitely made them feel like safe with them. I definitely was picking up on that with that 9 of Cups that we kept getting earlier. And I do think this person is feeling like if they wanted to, like they would be safe with you. But again, they're still in this deep introspective place where it's like, they're still figuring out maybe like how to best go about it. And if you guys are still like deeply connecting with this person, even though it feels more like separation energy to me, I know every situation, every person out there is going to be different. But if you are connected with this person still, then it's like, it feels like change could be coming soon in terms of like the move that they're going to make here. So let's go ahead. I'm going to get some advice for you for my pile 1 viewers with regard to this connection. Let's go ahead and pull one of these Whispers of Love Oracle cards for you to close out your reading. I also think with that Leap of Faith card that you guys made this person feel like more confident in themselves, like to be able to make whatever moves that they want to make in their life, whether it has to do with career, job, like other things outside of the connection. I think that you empowered this person to like become a little bit more confident in themselves and realize that they have a lot of potential. Let's see. All right, so for my viewer, appreciate this moment. Every situation is an opportunity to grow and find love. So you guys are really being guided when it comes to this person right now to just live in the moment. Express gratitude for the time that you do have with them. Enjoy and love the time that you have with them. But again, like this is a spiritual lesson, right? So release your expectations, because whatever happens with this person or doesn't happen with them, there was a bigger purpose behind it. And you can rest assured that that purpose was served. And it's an opportunity for you to grow within yourself as well. So whatever test or trial this person may or may not have put you through, it's making you better. It's leveling you up so that when the next person comes into your life that is a better vibrational match for you, if you're not with this person, you're going to be prepared. Okay? We have on the bottom of the deck, the only thing that is real is love. Shift your focus back to love. So viewing this connection through loving eyes, it doesn't mean that you're like letting them walk all over you or whatever that is, but I think this is also talking for you, Pile 1, about self-love. So shift your focus back inward toward filling up your own heart. And if you're moving in true self-love, those boundaries are going to naturally fall into alignment, right? So if you're worried about this person like trying to pull one over on you, because they do feel, I'm not going to lie, you guys, they do feel like they have some unhealthy patterns where like they may not be able to like totally provide you the type of relationship you deserve, right? But if you're really vibrating from a high vibrational place and you're moving from a place of self-love, you're going to be able to feel that and you're going to be able to successfully put down those boundaries. You're going to be protected is what I'm saying. So we're going to go ahead and close it out for you there, group 1, but I hope that you found this helpful. Please leave me a comment down below and let me know about this relationship. I'm super curious. I wasn't expecting this reading to get so like deep, but thank you all so much for taking the time to view, and I'll see you next time. Bye. Hello there, group number 2. So if you all chose the Good Tarot with this pre-night crystal, let's go ahead and see how you make this person feel. I'm going to be shuffling this tarot deck on camera here in a minute. I do want to start off with the Color Mage Oracle, just so we can get a little bit better sense of their vibe right now before we get into the details of the tarot. So let's go ahead and see for my Pile 2 viewers. Anyone choosing this pre-night stone, how do they make their person feel? For Pile 2, how do they make their person feel? Let's see for pile 2. Okay. Ooh, okay, we have the Kiss, Goddess Freya. There's already a lot of love here. We have Iris, Eternal Spring. Okay, we got him. And then we have Eros, Spirit of Cupid. Oh my goodness, you guys, this person loves you. Bottom deck, we have Angelic Communication. So if you all are not in communication in the 3D with this person, meaning like physically you're not communicating or communication is sporadic, this is telling me that you and this person may communicate through a spiritual means, meaning like signs, symbols, things that they happen upon in their day-to-day life make them think about you, and they take that as like a sign or communication from you. I also feel like there could be dreams that you two have about one another if you're not in communication with this person. But if you are in communication with this person, just please rest assured that they love you to death, okay? We have a lot of beautiful pink energy here, so this is really resonating with the heart chakra. You guys also picked green as your stone, so this stone is amazing for healing. Specifically, green correlates to the heart chakra, so there's a lot of love in this connection. You make this person feel loved, is what I'm getting. You make them feel almost like they've been hit by Cupid, okay? You make this person feel too like, you know, like you just love them for who they are, and they know that like you are going to forgive them, right? Like they feel safe, I think, to be able to make any mistakes or little errors with you, because they know that like it's almost like they feel very secure in the fact that you love them and you will allow them to make mistakes if things happen, and forgiveness is on the table versus like holding a grudge or something like that. This feels very light and beautiful and pure. Pile 2, this is really sweet energy that I'm picking up on here. We also have Iris, Eternal Spring. This could be a new love. This could be like a new connection, or maybe a time of newness in this connection where it's developing into this more loving vibe. If you and this person haven't been romantically connected in the past, I'm taking that spring energy as meaning like maybe you've known this person, but this is like a new season in this connection. But the cool thing here is with Eternal Spring, when it says eternal, it's almost making me feel like this person feels like it's always going to be like this. It's always going to be this new, beautiful, loving energy that they feel. So you really make this person feel loved. I also think that you guys make this person feel like really just, excuse me, just like really happy and just like refreshed is coming through. So let's go ahead and pull from this tarot deck and see what else we get about how you make this person feel. But this is like beautiful energy, pile 2. You make them feel loved, so loved. And I apologize, this deck is really hard to shuffle because it's so big, but we're gonna get to it. We're gonna get through it. So for my pile number 2 viewers, how do they make this person feel? Okay, we had one fall out here. We have Justice in reverse. Interesting. How do they make this person feel? Could be Libra energy in this connection. Maybe one of you is a Libra or has Libra in your chart. How do they make this person feel for pile 2? Okay, we've got the Queen of Air. Interesting. Fairness. Yeah, more air energy. So maybe you're an air sign. Gemini, Libra, Aquarius. This person could also be an air sign as well. Let's see. How do they make them feel for pile 2? Okay. And we have, what is this? Emperor in reverse. Okay, interesting. King of Air in reverse at the bottom of the deck, you guys. So there's a lot of air energy here. Maybe I feel like you and this person, maybe both of you are air signs, Gemini, Libra, Aquarius, or maybe one of you has strong air in their charts. It doesn't necessarily have to be that, but it can also just mean like with the air energy, sometimes this means there's a lot of overthinking in the connection, right? So like it's interesting because we have a Queen of Air upright, and then we've got the King of Air in reverse. So this is making me feel like, even though there is a lot of love in this connection, I almost feel like your person, like one person in this connection feels like maybe they're a little excuse me, a little bit more in their power than the other one. Okay, so let me tap into these cards. How do you make them feel? So I'm really being drawn here first to this Queen of Air at the center. I almost am getting the impression here that you guys make this person feel like really stable, because I feel like this person might have a lot of like either drama in their life, or they might just have a lot of challenges that they're moving through right now. We have Justice in reverse. This can talk about like, you know, run-ins with the law, or like court cases that are going not in our favor, or just justice not being served in some type of way in our lives. We also have the Emperor card, but it's reversed. So this can be a little bit of like a chaotic energy that this person is in, where it's like they don't have their stuff together right now from just like a foundational perspective. So they could be going through challenges with their money, their finances, their work, or just whatever it is. There's just something I feel in this person's life that is not going in their favor. But with this Queen of Air being at the heart of the reading, it's almost like it's making me feel like this person knows that they can come talk to you, have a conversation with you that's going to help to like calm their mind, because the Queen of Swords is about communication. It is also about our mindset, the way that we think about things, right? So I'm almost feeling like your person is this King of Air in reverse, where they're not really 100% in their power right now. Maybe they're having a hard time sort of thinking things through from a logical, fair perspective, whether it's with this relationship or maybe with other aspects of their life. And with that Queen of Air being there, this is like making me feel like you do a really good job of like helping them talk through what's going on. They feel like they can come talk to you and that you're going to give them a fair, you know, like neutral perspective on things going on. And with this white, beautiful owl that's here, I think this person feels like you're somebody who's very wise, right? Like, I think you make them feel like wiser, I guess, whenever they're able to talk to you. Like, you can provide that advice to them that they need. I also feel too like there's a part of this person that like you make them feel maybe a little bit more inspired to get their stuff together here, because it definitely seems like there's a lot of imbalances here. Emperor card reverse, this is like in relationships, it's like we don't always have it together, or just in life in general, it's like we don't always have it together. We're moving around like no boundaries, aimlessly wandering around in a way. But I think that you may inspire this person to like do better for themselves, or do better for this connection, because the Queen of Air can also be someone that's like pretty cutthroat in a way, like they don't take any BS. And so I think that that's part of like why you inspire this person to be better, to make you inspire this person to feel like they need to be better, because there's like a level of accountability here. So even though they feel like you make them feel so loved, pile two, like I don't know like if you're expecting to hear that, but that's certainly the impression that I'm getting here. But I also think you make them feel like they need to do better. Like they need to get their crap together. They need to be fair in their life. They need to manage situations going on in their life from a more mature aspect, from a more mature perspective, from a more clear-minded, clear-headed perspective, right? So I want to pull just a couple more cards here. Let's see. So for my pile two viewers, how do they make this person feel? And I do think, too, this person is going through some pretty major stuff right now in their life, because both of these cards are major arcana cards and they are in reverse, which is not always the most, for these cards, it's not always the most favorable position that we want them in. So let's go ahead and see. How does they make this person feel? Longing. Someone is secretly yearning for you. This person misses you, you guys. If you're not in communication with this person, I think they're really like knocked off their game that you're not talking right now. Let's go ahead and get one more. Ooh, strictly sexual. This connection is passionate but not enduring. Interesting. I wasn't expecting to see that come through. Bottom of the deck, we have balance. One person is giving too much in this relationship. Yeah. You know, so I think even though, again, there's a lot of love here, this person really wants you. the Justice card being reversed with the message of balance, I think that this person knows that when they connect with you, they have to come correct. Like, they have to reciprocate. They have to step up to the plate and be in their power, because you're somebody that's in your power, okay? I do think there's a part of this person that might feel like they're not completely good enough for you, in a sense, pile number 2, because they really do regard you with a lot of respect. I don't feel like this person is like wanting to like pull one over on you or be like, you know, an F boy or F girl or whatever it is, F person. But they are not really in their power right now. And they know that if they, like, you make them feel like if they don't come correct, you're going to, like, you know, stick them. Like, they're going to hear from you, because the Queen of Swords is very good with boundaries and sticking up for themselves. I do think this person is really missing you. So if you've severed ties with this person and you're not talking with them right now, or if you have cut them off with that Queen of Air, they might feel you're a little cutthroat. Maybe if you cut them off, they really miss you and they want you back in their life. And with the strictly sexual, this is definitely telling me this person has a lot of passion for you. I think that it's saying the connection is passionate but not enduring, because this person needs to get themselves into a place where they're actually able to like be in a mature relationship. We have the King of Air reverse. So it's like this person is not in their power. Emperor reverse as well. Justice reverse. They're not thinking about things clearly, right? They're not thinking about things in a fair, balanced perspective right now as it pertains to relationships, because of whatever they're going through in their life. So right now, I feel like they could offer you something in this realm for connection, but anything more stable and foundational just might not be in the cards for right now, just based off of this person's energy and where they're at in their life. So let's go ahead and pull one more message for you, pile 2, just so we can kind of see like what advice there is for you. For some of you, I do feel like you make this person feel like maybe your interests are only strictly sexual in a sense. Maybe that's been like a way that you've connected with them in the past, and they are longing and wanting for more and they're not getting it. So that's another message coming through here for some. Let's go ahead and see some advice for my pile number 2 viewer. Oops. Okay, that one fell out. We're going to go ahead and take it. The heart of the matter. There is more going on than meets the eye. That's what I was picking up on, you guys. Like, it doesn't feel like you've done anything like wrong to this person necessarily. What it feels like is that this person is going through a lot of drama in their life, or just a lot of stuff in their life right now that's just not going their way, right? So like, I think as you deal with this person, having open conversation with them, honest, direct conversation with them is going to serve you in your highest good here. Getting back to that Queen of Swords, that's really what that's about. It's about having those fearless conversations and, like the card says, like getting to the root cause of the issue that's going on. So if you are still connected with this person, or even if you're not and you feel like there's something that needs to be addressed, you're being guided here to just like address it, because there is something more to the story that you may not know. Look, bottom deck energy, act as if your partner is here. Whether you have someone in your life or not, act as if they're with you, so you will always consider them. So there is something here around like, maybe some of you are in separation with this person, but I also think that you're being guided here to have consideration when it comes to them. I almost wonder too, for some, if the Justice card reverse talks about like divorce, or maybe you've been married to this person before, and it's, the contract is no longer, if that makes sense. But for some of you, there's a message here about needing to be more considerate of this person's feelings, and as when you're acting out in the world. Okay, so if that's for you, you'll know who that is. But I'm going to go ahead and close your reading out here, pile 2. Thank you all so much for spending time with me here today and for taking the time to view this video. Please make sure that you're subscribed to my channel so that I can see you in the next one. All right, bye. Hi there for pile number 3. So if you guys chose this beautiful Forest of Enchantment tarot deck, let's go ahead and find out how you make this person feel, okay? Starting off here, we're going to go back to that tarot deck in a second to get some details about this connection, but I'm going to start off with the Color Mage Oracle so we can get a sense of kind of the vibe that they're on. Let's go ahead and see for my pile 3 viewer how do they make this person feel? How do you make this person feel? So I'm going to pile number 3. I love this deck so much, especially for love readings like this. So we have New Age, Evolution. We have Azure, Angelic Communication. We have Yellow Sand. This says, give it time. Okay. Bottom deck energy, we have the Dark Apricot, find the humor. Okay. So I definitely feel that this might be a slower moving connection, or some of you might not be in communication with this person at the time of you viewing this video. But I want you to know that you make this person feel really good. That's the vibe I'm getting from these cards. I think with this New Age of Evolution, the first thing that I heard when I looked at this card was light. I feel like you have been a light to this person in some capacity. I do feel that they feel really positive and warm in your presence. And I feel that you have inspired this person to change something in their life, or to evolve into something different than they were before they met you. New Age, like this is like going into a new era of their life in a certain capacity. And so that has definitely been something that has inspired them with regard to this connection here. I also feel with the Yellow Sand, this is a really beautiful, warm energy here. I think that you make this person feel confident in themselves. But I also think that you have made this person feel like they need to take things slow. Something about this connection has told them or made them feel as though they need to take it slow. They need to take their time. Maybe they need to give situations time before they act in full force. Okay, maybe this person's very forceful, very confident person. And so you've made them feel like they need to kind of tone it down a little bit and be more patient. Communication here is interesting, angelic communication. So it's like, I feel like this person still feels very connected to you. Even if the two of you are not communicating, it's like, when I think of angelic communication, this also came up in pile 2, so you guys might want to check pile 2 out if you were drawn to it, but angelic communication really talks about like being connected from a spiritual perspective. So it's like, I do feel that you inspire this person from a spiritual place for some. I think that if you're not in communication, they still feel very connected to you because I think that they see signs that remind them of you, and they take that as like some sort of communication that they're getting from spirit about this connection. So it's like they could be living their day-to-day life, and then they're walking down the street and they see something that reminds them of you, and that keeps that connection alive in their brain, in their head. Okay, let's go ahead and start shuffling this deck and just see if we can get a little bit more insight here. Ooh, that was not a good shuffle. Into like how you really make them feel. But it definitely feels that you have inspired this person to change in some form or fashion the way that they do things. Okay, so how did you make this person feel? Pile number 3. This definitely feels like a very calm energy that I'm picking up on as well. I do think that you had a really calming effect on this person. Look at this. We do have the Lovers card coming through, so this could be a soulmate connection, Gemini energy coming through as well. Maybe this is a Gemini you guys are dealing with, or maybe you're a Gemini. I also just caught sight of the 2 of Cups, so there is like, you know, beautiful, just cohesive connection here with a lot of love and commonalities there. Let's go ahead and see what's coming through here. So how did pile 3 make this person feel? Woo, okay. Okay, so we have the 7 of Spells. That's the 7 of Wands. Yeah, like I was saying, this person might have like a really confident or like forceful approach that they might take to certain situations. Let's see what else comes through. Yeah, Knight of Swords reversed. How did you make this person feel? Okay, hold on. That's a little bit too many. I just want one more, please. Okay, there's the one. Six of Swords. Lots of swords. Bottom of the deck, we have the Eight of Vision. So this is like about needing to like walk away from something temporarily. I also feel like this person feels maybe a little bit lost right now. That's the way they're feeling. That's the way that you've made them feel. Because I feel like this talks about like just like wandering around aimlessly in the forest, not being able to find what it is that you're looking for. So there's something missing for this person. I think that they're feeling really lost right now, even though you may be in separation from them. I think that they are trying to kind of figure out what they should be doing during this time of separation, in a sense. There's a lot of swords energy here, you guys. So the swords are air signs, Gemini, Libra, Aquarius. I think we mentioned air energy, Gemini energy when that Lovers card popped out. But this is telling me that communication is something important in this connection that might need a little bit of work. So I think there is something about communication here that made this person maybe realizing to change something. Maybe they needed to change their communication style, especially with that Knight of Swords being reversed here. I think that this person is feeling like they need to like be more patient or slow down in their communication, maybe not be as aggressive in their communication. Because the Seven of Spells, the Seven of Wands being right next to this makes me feel like this person can have maybe like a little bit of a pushy energy to them. Maybe they have a little bit of a temper. This person may also just be a little bit fierce in the way that they defend their ideas, or just the way that they come across can be a lot. You know, I was picking up on like this person has like a strong solar plexus energy, meaning like they're very confident, they can be very bold. But with that pale yellow coming through, it's like you made them realize that they need to tone that down a little bit. Like they can't be so forceful and abrupt, maybe in the way that they communicate with you or the way that they wish things to happen. Like they can't push the issue, if you will, because Seven of Wands can sometimes be about us like pushing things onto other people that they're not really ready for yet. Six of Challenges here. So I think you made this person feel like, I do think you made this person feel calm and protected in a lot of ways. Like they felt safe with you. They felt a calming presence with you. I was definitely picking up on that in the oracle cards that we pulled. But I also think this person might have met their match when it comes to you in a way, because it's almost like you see these wolves that are like waiting for this person at the bottom here, and they've just made it up here and they're like, oh, what a relief. I think that you made this person maybe kind of realize like you cannot talk to certain people the way they talk to them, or deal with people the way like they dealt with you in a certain way. I almost feel like they might be a little intimidated by you. Pile 3. So let's go ahead and I want to pick out a few more. Let's get a few more cards here. So how does pile 3 make this person feel? Woo. Okay, so this one is wanting to come out. Retreat. Time alone in nature will help you recharge. Yeah. So they knew that they needed to take some space from this connection to recharge and to feel a little bit better about the situation. Maybe for some, you guys, just keeping it real, this person might feel like you're the intense one, to be honest. Like it might not be all on them being intense. They may actually feel like you're the intense one. Although this is about how you make them feel, so just how to say that. This person might be feeling a little bit defensive right now as well with that Seven of Wands. Like maybe they're just feeling like they need to kind of protect their energy, or they need to stand up for themselves in some form or fashion. But they are definitely feeling like they need some time alone to sort of figure out their next move here, or to figure out like how they truly feel about the situation. They need to recharge. Let's see. New love. A new love or recommitment to love is developing. Yeah. We had a lot of those loving cards pop out. You know, when I was shuffling the other deck, pile 3, we have awakening. Someone is undergoing a spiritual transformation. Yeah. I think that this person is almost to the space where they're ready to maybe like recommit to this connection or to try a new type of energy. But I definitely feel like this time around, they're trying to do things differently. They're trying to like take the space so that they can get their mind right. And I do feel that they want to take it slow, because we had that message there with the yellow sand of like giving things time, right? New age came through. Remember that? So this talks about like a new era of this connection. So I do feel like they want to recommit. They want to come back forward again. I do feel like there's still love here. There's peace here. But it's like you made them feel like they needed to take a step back to sort of reevaluate the approach is what I'm getting. All right, so pile 3, the last message I'm going to pull is going to be just an advice message for you as it pertains to this relationship with this person. So let's go ahead and see what comes through for my pile 3 viewers for their advice. Ooh. Okay. Rest and relaxation is essential. We all have a fundamental need to take a break. So they're asking you to take a break from this person. Take a break from the person, take a break from the situation for right now. Bottom of the deck energy, we have forgiveness. Nothing is gained by holding on to past disappointments, right? So you're being really guided right now, group number 3, to take space from this person as needed. Whatever went down here, whether you fought or whatever, like take your time out to heal and retreat, just like your person is doing. And work on coming to terms with whatever happened in this relationship. Because if you do want to accept them back in for this new age, this new love of this connection, it's going to be really important that you're able to release the disappointments from the past so that you can really go into this with fresh eyes and with an open heart, okay? But I definitely think that you guys need to like relax, maybe take a break, heal, work on yourselves for a little while, and that is what's kind of going to serve you in the highest good as it pertains to dealing with this person, okay? So I'm going to close your reading out there, group 3. Thank you all so much if you stuck it out till the end for viewing this video. And please don't forget to subscribe so that I can see you in the next one. All right, bye.